Good morning, students. I hope you all are staying fit, fine, and being safe. Our discussion about French Revolution has been going smooth. We discussed about the French society during the late 18th century. We discussed the financial condition of France. We also discussed about the society of estates, the three estates we talked about. We also discussed the poor condition and the struggle to survive. In the next class, we discussed how did the revolution outbreak and the series of events that led to the outbreak of revolution. In today's class, we are going to discuss how France becomes a constitutional monarchy. By constitutional monarchy, we mean a form of monarchy that operates under some written or oral guidelines. By that we mean that we still have a king in France. We still had a king in France, but now that king was controlled by the guidelines. The guidelines told the king that what he could do and what he could not. The National Assembly, which gathered in the tennis court of Versailles. We discussed about that in the previous class that on 20 June 1789 there was the society, the Third Estate Society, which gathered in the indoor courts of Versailles, and they took a promise that they will not move out of the tennis court until they frame a constitution. Right? So that constitution was now framed after 2 years in 1791. Under that constitution, the power was no longer given to one person, but instead the power was assigned to different institutions. There were major three institutions: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. In the picture, we see a political system that prevailed in France after 1791. In the bottommost box, we see that we have the passive citizens box. Now, by passive citizens, we mean that these citizens of France had no voting rights. These people included the women, the children, and the youth who were below 25 years. These people did not get the right to vote. The box just above the passive citizens represents the active citizens. These active citizens were the people who had a right to vote. The active citizens together voted for the group of electors, and then this electors group selected the National Assembly of 745 members. The National Assembly formed the legislature. We could see in that in the right part of the picture. In the middle, if we see, we have the second institution known as the executive. And under executive, we had the king and the ministers. The king and the ministers ruled France, but they were now ruling under the written guidelines of the constitution. The third institution at the left of the picture was the judiciary. This judiciary included the judge, and the judge was also selected by the active citizens through the process of voting. Thus, at that point, we had three institutions: the legislature, which included National Assembly, the executive, which included king and the ministers, and the judiciary, which included the judge. Here are some key points about the Constitution of France. You can all take a screenshot of this slide or pause the video and note down the major changes. One of the most important of them is the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizens. This declaration included rights such as right to life, freedom of speech, equality before law, etc. It was the duty of the state to protect each citizen's natural rights. Now, here is an activity, or let's say a home assignment for you all to read the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen given on page number 11 of the book. That is very important for all to read, so please do the home assignment on time. Okay, everyone? That will be all for the day. Have a nice day. Thank you.